So this video is going to be looking at micronutrients as part of our diets. So let's have a look. So what are micronutrients? Micronutrients are the nutrients that we need to have in our diet in small quantities, so small amounts. These include minerals, vitamins, and these keep us healthy and our body systems functioning properly. For example, calcium is a mineral, and then vitamin D. These are particularly important for healthy bones. So you might see when you're reading your cereal or you're drinking some orange juice, it might say it's got vitamin D on, and they use that to help promote selling it because people know it's important for healthy bones, so they want to get it to keep themselves healthy. Water and fibre are also micronutrients. So there's some on screen. So there's a table there. You can pause it and have a quick read through. We're going to go through it later, don't worry. And then I'm going to move on now. So vitamins are a micronutrient, and what are they essential for? Why do we need vitamins? They help with good vision, good skin, formation of red blood cells, and we know we need red blood cells to carry our oxygen. Good for healing the body, for healthy bones and teeth, and for blood clotting. So when you get a cut, the blood clotting to stop you losing all your blood. So there's quite a few types of vitamins, as you can see here. We'll just go through them briefly, but you can pause and have a look if you like. So vitamin A is essential for vision. You can find this in lots of dairy like milk and cheese, in the yolk of an egg, and liver and carrots. Vitamin B1, we need that to release the carbohydrates to the working muscles, so obviously very important to athletes. It's found in whole grains, nuts and meats, so like whole grain bread, pasta, rice. Vitamin C, this helps you heal if you get injured or sick. It helps fight infections and maintains healthy bones, gums and teeth, and you can find this in lots of fruit and veg. Vitamin D, as we spoke about, needed for the absorption of calcium. So you need it so it will absorb the calcium, which helps form bones and teeth and keeps them strong, a bit like some of vitamin C. And you can find this in milk, fish, liver and eggs, and orange juice, as we said. Vitamin E, this is found in vegetable oil, wholemeal bread and cereals, and that's needed for growth and development. So we just touched on calcium, and we're also going to look at iron. So calcium helps form bones and teeth when you're born and growing, and then it helps keep them strong. Our bones are strongest between the ages of around 30 to 35. So particularly after that time, you need to make sure your calcium intake is correct. So you reduce the chance of getting osteoporosis, which we know is when the bones become brittle and fragile, so are more at risk of breaking. And then also iron. This is found in lots of foods and meats and linked to hemoglobin, which we know is how oxygen is carried in the blood and how red blood cells are formed. We need it, or the blood wouldn't be able to carry oxygen, so we wouldn't be able to exercise, and it's vital to athletes, as we know we need the oxygen in our working muscles to exercise. Lack of calcium can lead to something called anemia, and anemia is when you've not got enough calcium or iron. Sorry, that should say iron. Lack of iron, so this bit should say iron. Oops. Lack of iron can lead to anemia, which causes tiredness, shortness of breath, and heart palpitations. Then water is another micronutrient. Now our body actually weigh around half of it is just water. It's half of our body weight. And it's important because it holds oxygen as the main component of many cells. So most of our cells are made up of water, as well as controlling our temperature, so stopping us from getting too hot or cold. It helps to transport nutrients, waste and hormones, and control our electrolytes, which are the body's salt. When we exercise, we start to sweat, and when we sweat, the body's salts, the electrolytes, are lost in the sweat, and we need a balanced diet to make sure they're replaced, so drinking water, eating good food. Athletes need water in sport to avoid dehydration, and they need it at regular intervals. So like in tennis, after so many sets they have a break. Sorry, so many games they have a break. In football you have half time, of course. But also a lot of the time in football, when there's a break in play, someone will run on with bottles of water, or you might run to the sideline and have a drink. For example, if there's an injury, or if you watch the Premier League, when they go to VAR, they'll be having a drink. It's the same with rugby and lots of other sports. And then fibre. This adds bulk, so adds a bit of sustenance, a bit more to food, and it helps the function of the digestive system, so it can get rid of waste products, which is essential for the body to keep functioning well. You can find it in leaves, stems, roots, and seeds and fruits. These are the main things. There's two types of fibre, soluble and insoluble. So oats, fruits and vegetables are soluble, meaning they can be digested by the body. Soluble means it can be digested by the body. And these help reduce cholesterol, and we know that's the fatty substance in your blood, and it can lead to a stroke if your blood vessels are blocked. Whole grain cereal and bread are sources of insoluble, so can't be digested by the body, required to bulk and prevent constipation. Hopefully you know what constipation means. It means when you can't do a number two. So yeah, I'll end on that lovely note for you. Well done, guys.